Greetings, anyone who is viewing this video. I just had a thought, I've committed to this channel, and so, I want all of the thoughts or whatever I choose to record to be an authentic thought, an authentic energy. I kind of thought about it this morning and I couldn't think of anything. And I'm not the kind of person who just does stuff just to do it. But the thought kind of came to me today. The power of thought, the power of your mind. So, and I don't have long to record this one, so I'm going to try to condense everything that I want to share. So, there was a time in my life where I dealt with depression. Depression actually came upon me as a child because I was raised in a depressed atmosphere. I was under the influence of depressed energies from my caretakers. And like things can be passed on just like COVID. Things can be passed on, right? So we're talking about, I don't know if metaphysical is the term I want to use, but one thing that I think that most people need to come into the mindset of really embracing and embodying, and because I wouldn't say embody, but just tap back into it because it's there, is you are a spiritual being, right? So the best way I can describe it is like, I don't know if anyone has seen the cartoon Adventures of Gumball. So Gumball, the cat creature, whatever he is, he has this girl he loves. I think her name is Penny. I can't remember. But she looks like a peanut cactus or something. That's the best way I can describe it. Where she just walked around looking like this brown peanut tree cactus. And she had hollow blank, she had blank eye, empty, black eyes, So anyways, but Gumball was in love with him some Penny. I think that's her name, if I'm correct. Anybody? But he was in love with that girl, right? He just loved her, right? Because he obviously, so this goes into spiritual mates and, twin flames and all that stuff. Our outside soulmates, she looked like a freaking cactus moose log. That's the best way I can explain it, because I had to throw moose in there because I feel like she had stuff sticking out of her head too. But as the season went on, they finally developed her character, and I guess her shell broke, and inside was this rainbow, cotton candy looking, sparkly, creature, right? Who was Penny. She was always that inside of her, but her shell, wasn't necessarily a representation of what she was on the inside. So I'm saying that to say the corruption that's happened, the programming, the ways of the world and the system we live in, limited thinking, 1D vibration, 2D vibration, whatever, below zero vibration. People are out of tune with who they are as a soul, as a spirit, as a eternal being, right? All they focus on is the physical part of them, right? That's not who you are. The physical part isn't who you are. It's the shell that God gave you. He allowed your soul to be birthed into, so that it's a representation of who you are, but it's not who you are, right? It's your vehicle. It's your, it's your machine. It's your vessel, right? And so people forget who they are, the real them, right? Because when this body ceases to exist, your spirit will go on forever, right? Whatever belief you have, reincarnation, going to heaven, going to hell, wherever you whatever your belief you have. I mean, I guess there's people who feel like you just would cease to exist, but come on now. That's just, that, come on. We all can choose to believe what we want to, but do you think that God would make us as beings with the emotions, or creator, or whatever, your belief is, that when we end, we just end, it's just blackout? whatever years and experiences you've had on this earth are just blacked out. Like, that's, you can choose to think that way, but I'm pretty confident that's not the case. But a lot of people spend so much time developing their physical features, their physical, what they want to project and want people to believe, but they never work on the internal part of them. So the reason why I made this video was the power of thought. And like, if people knew how powerful their mind is, right? Their mind, you know, like I said, there's an awakening. People are talking about manifesting different things. It's always been there, right? But we've been suppressed, right? We've been suppressed for a long time, and a lot of times people couldn't tap into that energy of embodying their physical, their spiritual, their soul existence as much as they embody their physical existence. So just gonna drop a key that helped me. I finally got the revelation a couple of years ago. I was under a lot of depression because it was put on me as a child. And anybody who's dealt with depression knows how horrible it is. Like, it's like a way I explained it to, you know, my counselor was, it feels like a thick, heavy wool blanket that just lays on you and you can't get it off, or it's really fucking hard to get it off, right? But what I've learned is it starts in your mind. It starts with your thoughts. Like, you have to tell yourself the truth, or things you want to be true. I guess that's where we're going into, like, the manifestation. People are starting to tap into it. Things that you want to be true, you have to tell yourself that, even if you don't believe it or you don't feel it, right? Because that's how depression starts, from my acknowledgement, is when you have a repetition of a message that is repeated over and over again. Like I said, and that's why it's so important what you teach your kids and how you invest in your kids, because I feel like it's worse if it's done on a blank slate. You have to, when you are getting negative affirmations all the freaking time, then you kind of go into autopilot, and then it comes to a point where it almost feels like you can't get out of that, right? Whether it was your doing that caused you to be that way or other people's doing, but you have a tool to fight through it, your brain. You have to tell yourself the truth about who you are, right? And own all the truth, whatever that truth is. If you did some dumb shit, you know, if you was a thought, if you was a drunk, if you was a I'm not going into pedophile or anything, because, like, you know, but if you were somebody who made some bad decisions or did some dumb stuff at some point in your life, own that, accept that, embrace that. But if you're here on this day and you get to live another day, every day is a gift. It's a present. It's the present. It's a gift, right? So you have to get in the habit of reprogramming your mind. You're going to have to tell yourself the truth, or what you want to be true, whether you feel it, whether you believe it or not. And you're going to have to force yourself to do it until it sticks. And this can be done, but you have to be committed to it. You have to be committed. And depression, and the world is going to make this seem impossible, but it's not. But you're going to have to do it until you kick yourself into autopilot to believe the truths that you are and what you are going to be, right? And I'm saying this from experience. I had to do this because I thought that depression was something that I knew it was something I didn't deserve, but I dealt with it for so long. I thought it was something that I was just going to feel for the rest of my life, right? But you have a choice. We have choices. And just like when you work out, you don't see the results immediately. You're not going to see it immediately when you start to reprogram your mind. You guys have heard of subliminals. You've heard of affirmations. And tell yourself every negative thought, every thought that makes you sick, gives you anxiety, that's not a good thought, give it the counter thought. Tell it that. Even if that thought tells you you're lying, you're a clown, yeah, whatever, you're not special. No, you are. Keep telling yourself the truth until you go into autopilot. This may take years. This may take months. For me, it's been a process, right? And I'm not saying some days that feeling of depression has not come back, or the feeling of defeat or hopelessness, but it does not stay. You have to believe that you are good, that God is good, and He has a good plan for you, right? We got to tear down this archaic Santa Claus, evil Santa Claus God that wants to hit us with lightning bolts and kill us for every little opportunity and every chance he gets, and he can't wait to throw us into hell. Move your face, princess. That is not the case. That is not the will of the Most High. He has a hope and a future for you, a plan to prosper you, a plan to bring you to a good expected end, a good one, right? But there's things we have to learn in the process. So every day that you wake up and you get your present of a new day, start that day off. And that's another thing that I've learned. What you eat, the first thing your body digests kind of sets the tone for the day. What you take in with your eyes, what you listen to, what you hear, you have to create the environment to bring you up to positivities. For some of you guys, it's going to be easier than others. If you're single, it may be a little bit easier to create that space, but give yourself the freedom and the liberty to do it. Nobody's going to come beat you up and terrorize you for taking care of yourself. And if they do, that's somebody you don't need to be around, right? So that's why I said it's going to be easier for some people than the others, because some of you guys live with people who terrorize you, right? But that's why you pull on your higher power, right? My higher power is, I don't even know. I can't even tell you. I can't put my God in a box. I can't tell you, I don't have a you can't, come on, you can't. But the God energy for me has been very loving, patient, and kind. And it's given me a lot of time to overcome the trauma and to come into who I was supposed to be, right? As a woman, and to feel what I'm supposed to feel. So I'm passing you these keys. Take it, and you have permission to love on yourself, not just externally, but internally. Lay down and have a conversation with yourself. Get to know you, right? Some of you guys don't know you, right? Know you. You're a person too, right? That's the cool thing. We can get to know us and be friends with us and love on us. We don't need anyone else to do it. It will be nice. It's definitely nice, right? That's a gift, But like I keep saying, nobody can love you better than you know yourself, and nobody should know you better than you know yourself. So you need to get to the knowing of you. You get to know what you did, why you did it, forgive yourself, evaluate yourself, judge yourself, right, for the shit you did wrong. And then when you get a new present of a new day, wake up and go forth in goodness and peace, right? It's not going to be easy. It's all kinds of shit all the time happening that's going to throw you off. But you have to be as committed daily to bringing yourself to the state of mind you deserve to be in, as those bad thoughts and negative things that happen were committed to getting you to the state where you couldn't believe in yourself, right? So I'm not really going into this as much as I want to, because I have to hurry up and get back to work. But I just want to put this out there. You have permission to feel peace and to be happy. You have permission to mud stomp the fuck out of depressive thoughts that are telling you that you're worthless and you're not shit. I don't care if your mama told you that, your daddy, your grandparents, your teacher, your peers. I don't give a fuck who told you that. Get in a relationship with yourself, figure yourself out, begin that loving relationship with yourself. Do whatever you need. Do unto others as you want to do unto you. If you on some bad kid energy, spank your ass. Get your shit together. Not spank you, but correct yourself, right? If you lonely and you love, conversate, do something to make you happy. If you're sad, take care of yourself, because you are a person, right? First person, second person, third person. That's the cool thing about us humans, is we can come in and out of ourselves, right? We can hit ourselves from every angle. So I'm going to give you some keys that help me. And if anybody who really knows me They know I've been through some hell, and there was some times that I wanted to just give up, on life, period. Not on no suicidal stuff. Not that. But I got to get back to work, and my daughter's, kids, they can't let you have your own space too long. But hopefully that'll help somebody, and I hope you have a great day.